Have you ever stopped to silently observe a cat? It's not just the serene demeanor that draws attention, but something much deeper. There's an implicit wisdom in their movements, in their calm yet strategic behavior. It seems that cats teach us more about life than we imagine. But what is the true connection between them and Stoicism, a philosophy centered on control, virtue, and acceptance? By understanding this link, you may realize that perhaps cats are the true masters of Stoicism. The serenity of independence and self-sufficiency. Cats are known for their independence. They don't blindly follow commands, nor do they seek constant approval from those around them. This trait is a direct lesson from Stoicism, which emphasizes the importance of being emotionally self-sufficient. Just as a cat acts according to its nature, without worrying about what others think, a Stoic should also strive for this independence of spirit. How can this be useful in practical life? Think about how many times you've been swayed by the need to please others, forgetting about yourself. By observing the self-sufficient behavior of cats, we can learn to live more centered lives. This sense of self-sufficiency is something that liberates us. Just like the cat that decides the best place to settle down, we too can choose how to react to situations without worrying about others' opinions. It's interesting to realize that Stoicism doesn't invite us to isolation, but to freedom. Freedom to act according to our convictions without the weight of external expectations. The more you embrace this philosophy, the lighter you'll feel. Why do we care so much about what others think? Cats simply don't care. This detachment is one of the virtues most lacking in our lives, and Stoicism offers a path to develop it. When we let go of the need for validation, we start to see the world differently. It's as if suddenly, what was once heavy and complex becomes simple and light. Just like cats observe the world around them, we can learn to be peaceful spectators of our own reality. In practice, self-sufficiency is a powerful tool for handling challenges. Instead of seeking external solutions or draining ourselves emotionally, we can focus on our internal ability to solve problems. Cats don't ask for permission to be who they are. They simply live their nature. We as humans have much to learn from this attitude. What if we started living more in accordance with our own essence, without the constant need for approval? Emotional detachment. The key to inner peace. Cats observe but rarely let themselves be affected by what's happening around them. They look on with a tranquility that many of us spend our lives seeking. This ability to remain emotionally detached is a core principle of Stoicism. Imagine the power of being able to observe life situations without being consumed by them. This doesn't mean coldness or insensitivity, but rather the ability to discern what truly matters and what doesn't deserve our energy. Now that you're reflecting on these principles, I'd like to take a moment to remind you that if this content is adding value to your life, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who could also benefit from this Stoic reflection. Also, follow the channel to stay updated with more videos like this and continue deepening your wisdom. Now let's continue with more lessons that cats teach us. How many times have we been carried away by emotions, reacting impulsively? Cats don't do that. They wait, analyze, and only act when necessary. Similarly, Stoicism teaches us to have this control over our reactions. It's not about ignoring emotions, but recognizing that not every situation deserves an emotional response. What if we too could wait for the right moment before reacting like cats do? Life presents us with challenges daily, and it's easy to get lost amidst the chaos. However, the emotional detachment that cats exemplify reminds us that inner peace is achieved when we stop worrying so much about what is beyond our control. This is one of the foundations of Stoicism. Just like the cat that patiently observes before acting, we too can observe our emotions before letting them dominate us. This practice isn't easy. It requires effort, self-knowledge, and above all, patience. But the reward is immense. The Stoic seeks above all peace of mind, and cats, with their calm and detached behavior, show us that this peace is possible. They don't get carried away by distractions around them. They are centered, living in the present moment with minds free from worry. This is something we can also cultivate in our own lives. What if we could become masters of this emotional detachment? The truth is, the power is in our hands. We don't need to get involved in every little crisis that arises. Just like the cat that sees the world around it but isn't affected, we too can learn to observe without getting emotionally involved, maintaining serenity even in the most challenging situations. Acceptance and adaptation, the virtue of living in the now. When the world changes around a cat, it doesn't rebel, it simply adapts. This is one of the greatest lessons of Stoicism, to accept what cannot be changed. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with complete acceptance of circumstances. The Stoic understands that life is full of unpredictability and challenges, but instead of resisting, they embrace these changes with serenity. Cats do this naturally. They don't try to fight what's beyond their control, they simply adjust. How many times have you resisted change, trying to maintain control over something that, deep down, was out of your reach? Just as cats adapt to new environments without hesitation, Stoicism teaches us to accept reality as it is. And this acceptance is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up, but recognizing the limits of what we can control. And could this acceptance be the secret to a lighter life? The truth is, resistance to what we cannot change only causes suffering. When we learn to accept circumstances, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional burdens. Cats exemplify this perfectly. They accept changes and move forward without clinging to what is past. We can do the same. Acceptance is the path to inner peace and the resilience we seek so much. This ability to adapt is one of the greatest virtues we can develop. Instead of panicking in the face of obstacles, we can focus on how we can adjust to the new reality. Just as cats find comfort anywhere, we too can find peace and balance amidst adversity if we learn to accept and adapt. So what can we do today to embrace this virtue of adaptation? Perhaps it's time to let go of that resistance that has been holding us back. Just as cats live in the present moment, accepting reality with tranquility, we too can find strength in acceptance, living the now with serenity and wisdom. Self-discipline, control over oneself. Cats are patient. They know how to wait for the right moment to act, observing in silence before making a decision. This patience is a lesson in self-discipline, one of the central virtues of Stoicism. Often, we are impulsive, reacting without thinking and regretting it later. Cats, on the other hand, demonstrate admirable control over their actions. This makes us reflect. How would our lives be if we practiced more self-discipline? Self-discipline is the key to achieving our goals without being swayed by momentary emotions. Stoic, like the cat, understands that control over oneself is more powerful than any external control. When we master our impulses and emotions, we are truly in command. And cats, with their patience and precision, show us how beneficial this practice can be. Whether in small daily matters or major life decisions, self-discipline keeps us on the right path. Cats don't waste energy on unnecessary actions. They are selective, acting only when necessary. Stoicism teaches us to do the same. Act with purpose, without being dominated by immediacy or impulsiveness. This practice of self-control requires dedication, but the results are transformative. When we stop acting on impulse and start acting with awareness, our lives become more balanced. Just as cats don't get carried away by the chaos around them, we too can cultivate this serenity through self-discipline. And you? Are you ready to develop this level of control over your emotions and actions? Stoicism reminds us that true power lies within us. Just as cats act with precision, we can practice self-discipline to live more intentionally. The key is to train the mind and spirit to act rationally without being swept away by the heat of the moment. Indifference to disturbances. Serenity amidst chaos. Have you noticed how cats can remain calm, even amid noise and distractions? They seem immune to the chaos around them, maintaining unshakable serenity. This behavior reflects the Stoic principle of indifference to external disturbances. The Stoic seeks to maintain inner peace regardless of the circumstances around them. Just as cats are not easily shaken, we too can learn to cultivate this tranquility. How many times have you been disturbed by something minor, letting it affect your mood and decisions. Cats teach us that we don't need to be dragged down by every little distraction or irritation. Stoicism offers us a similar perspective. We cannot control what happens around us, but we can control how we react to it. And if we learn to ignore what's irrelevant, our lives become much lighter. This Stoic indifference doesn't mean apathy, but rather the ability to focus on what truly matters. Cats don't waste energy worrying about every little change around them. Similarly, we can choose where to invest our focus and energy. Is it really worth being upset about everything that happens? Stoicism invites us to choose our battles wisely. Serenity comes from understanding that many things are beyond our control. Cats live this reality every day. They adapt, observe, but don't get disturbed. We can do the same. By practicing indifference to external disturbances, we become more resilient and balanced. After all, true peace comes from within, not from the circumstances around us. What if, starting today, we began practicing this indifference? Instead of being swept away by chaos, we can follow the example of cats and maintain our serenity, even in the most challenging situations. Stoicism teaches us that inner peace is a state we build, not something dependent on the world around us. The virtue of resilience. Adapting and moving forward. Cats have a unique ability to adapt to the most diverse circumstances. Put a cat in a new environment, and it will soon find a comfortable corner. This behavior teaches us a crucial lesson about resilience, a central virtue for both cats and Stoics. Life is full of challenges, and often we are placed in unexpected situations. Just as cats find new balance in the face of change, we too can learn to adapt and move forward. In Stoicism, resilience is the ability to remain firm in the face of adversity, without being defeated by difficulties. When we encounter an obstacle, we can choose to despair or accept the situation and adjust. Cats always choose the latter. They don't become paralyzed by fear or uncertainty. They move lightly, adjusting to what the moment offers. This is something we, as humans, can cultivate in our own lives. How would your life be if you were more resilient in the face of difficulties? Think about the times you felt overwhelmed by a change or unexpected event. Could it be that instead of fighting against the circumstances, you could have sought a new way to face the situation, just like a cat that finds comfort wherever it is? Resilience allows us to move forward, even when everything seems out of place. The ability to adapt is a virtue that strengthens us. By accepting that life is unpredictable and full of changes, we become better prepared to face challenges with calmness. Just as a cat adjusts to its environment without losing its serenity, we too can find inner peace, regardless of what happens around us. This isn't about denying reality, but learning to live fluidly, without clinging to what we cannot control. If we look at resilience from this new perspective, we'll realize that it's more than just resistance. It's the ability to turn chaos into order, the unforeseen into opportunity. Cats do this effortlessly, and by practicing Stoicism, we can also develop this ability. After all, life is movement, and resilience allows us to flow with it, rather than fight against its currents. The patience of cats and Stoic control. Cats are masters of patience. Watch a cat hunting or even waiting for the right moment to act. They don't rush, don't act on impulse. This patience offers us a valuable lesson in self-control, something deeply valued in Stoicism. In Stoic philosophy, true power lies in controlling our emotions and reactions, and cats exemplify this control almost impeccably. Imagine how your life could change if you developed this level of self-control. How many times have you reacted impulsively and regretted it afterward? Cats don't suffer from this dilemma. They know that waiting for the right moment yields better results than acting rashly. In Stoicism, this patience and control are essential for living a virtuous life. By mastering our impulses, we can make wiser and more balanced decisions. This practice of self-control isn't limited to moments of crisis. In daily life, we are constantly challenged to maintain calmness and rationality. Cats teach us that patience is a virtue that should be cultivated at every moment. They wait, analyze, and only then act. Similarly, the Stoic understands that not all situations require an immediate reaction. Control over our actions is what sets us apart and gives us power over life. By developing this patience, we can transform how we face challenges. Instead of reacting with anxiety or fear, we can approach situations with calmness and clarity, just like a cat that patiently observes before taking the next step. This constant practice of patience and self-control brings us closer to the Stoic ideal of a balanced and virtuous life. Are we ready to learn this lesson from cats? The path to self-control is long, but the benefits are invaluable. By adopting patience as a guide, we can begin to control our emotions, becoming more serene and focused on our choices. And just like cats who wait patiently for the right moment, we can also find the perfect balance between action and reflection. The simplicity of life. The present as a treasure. Finally, one of the most fascinating aspects of cats is their ability to live fully in the present. They don't worry about the past, nor are they anxious about the future. For cats, the present moment is all that matters. This state of absolute presence is something Stoicism also seeks. For a Stoic, the now is where life truly happens, and cats remind us of this with every movement. How many times have you found yourself stuck in thoughts about what has already happened or what is to come? Cats teach us the importance of focusing on the present, living the now without the mind's distractions. In Stoicism, this is known as ataraxia, a state of mental tranquility where we are fully present and at peace. Cats live this state naturally, showing us how the simplicity of life lies in enjoying the moment. Are we really enjoying the present? Just as cats lie in the sun, enjoying the warmth and tranquility of the moment, the Stoic must also learn to value the now. This doesn't mean ignoring the future, but rather understanding that what we truly have is the present moment. Cats live this truth every day, and we can learn to do the same. This ability to live in the now is a powerful practice for reducing anxiety and stress. When we let go of concerns about what we cannot control, we begin to see the beauty of the present moment. Cats don't get distracted by unnecessary worries. They live simply, but with a depth that teaches us to slow down and appreciate what we have. What if we started applying this lesson to our own lives? By following the example of cats, we can learn to be more present, to live more lightly, and to find peace in the moment we are living now. Stoicism reminds us that the present is a treasure, and cats show us how to live this truth with serenity and wisdom. By observing the lives of cats, we realize they are more than just simple feline companions. They subtly and constantly teach us many of the Stoic virtues we seek to develop. Whether through patience, self-control, resilience, or acceptance of the present, cats reflect principles that can guide us toward a more tranquil and wise life. By following the example of these small Stoic masters, we can become more balanced, less affected by the world's disturbances, and more connected to the simplicity of the present. After all, philosophy isn't just in books, but also in the beings around us, like cats, who live with serenity and wisdom.